evening, everyone, and welcome to the Cuyahoga Heights Board of Education meeting. It is, I'm sorry, I've got to get the right page here. It is May 26th, 2026, and we are in the Monterey Media Center. Will the treasurer please call the roll?
Mrs. Apathy.
Here.
Ms. Pajeska. Here. Mrs. Deca.
Here.
Mr. Suchaki.
Here, 4 present, 1 excused absence. On behalf of the board, I would like to welcome all students, staff, parents, and interested community members to tonight's Board of Education meeting. The board values and encourages public comment on education issues. Anyone having an interest in the actions of the board may participate during the public comments portion of the meeting, and if so, please identify yourself in the board sign-in sheet. A copy of the board meeting agenda is available on the school's website. We do ask that you silence your cell phones during the meeting. At this point, please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance.
Youth corner, it's a graduation, so we're going to pretend it's there.
Actually, let's turn this way. Honestly, there's a flag across the street, please.
All right.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
right, now that we're facing the right way, we pledge allegiance.
To the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, board members, if you have not refreshed your screen, we have made a minor change to the agenda. We've moved an executive session to right after comments from the public and before the treasurer's business. Okay? So, at this point, I will entertain a motion for approval of tonight's agenda.
So moved.
Okay, and a second, please?
Second.
Okay, this moved by Ms. Deca and second by Ms. Apathy. Is there any discussion other than what we just mentioned? Okay, hearing none, treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Deca.
Aye.
Mrs. Apathy.
Aye.
Ms. Pajeska. Aye. Mr. Suchaki.
Aye, motion passes 4-0. And now we move on to recognitions. I'm going to turn the meeting over to our superintendent.
All right, thank you, Mr. Suchaki. So, students of the month, you are the last students of the year here, May of 2026. We're going to have Mr. Detre come up here shortly to do 6th grade through 12th, and then Mr. Melvin will introduce our kindergarten students. You know, to the students, I just want to say, Students of the Month is not something that we take lightly. You were nominated by a teacher for outstanding characteristics and qualities that set you apart from your classmates. And we certainly appreciate your leadership. We appreciate the fact that you're here and that you're contributing to our school district. And to the families, they are a direct product of you. You bring great children to us, and it makes our lives so much easier, and we can really help these students reach their potential. So I want to say thank you to the families as well. Mr. Detre, you're up. We're going to start with 12th grade, and we work our way down. Even may make some of you make a speech while you're up here. I'm sorry. No, Lily, I'm just teasing. There's no speech.
All right, so our 12th grade student of the month, Mariama Hawkins, please come forward. Her parents are Kristen and Mike. She has 4 older brothers who all graduated from Cuyahoga Heights, and she lives with her family in Brooklyn Heights. She was a member of the soccer and basketball teams and secretary of the class of 2026. She was the 2026 Humanitarian Award recipient for being such a kind and thoughtful person. Next year, she will attend Camp Carl Leadership Camp. 2 teachers this month nominated her, and here is what they wrote. I taught Mari as a sophomore in algebra and coached her for 4 years in basketball. Algebra was a challenging subject for Mari. She struggled throughout the year, but was determined to succeed. Mari worked hard every day, maintained a positive attitude, and ultimately demonstrated her proficiency on the state test. Mari was a pleasure to coach in basketball. She was a great teammate, improved as a player each year, and competed as hard as possible in every game. Mari's superpower is her ability to bring joy to others. She constantly finds ways to build others up and bring a smile to their face. Mari has been an asset to our school since the day she walked through the doors. We will miss her. And another teacher added, Mari is an intellectually curious senior whose positive attitude and ongoing disposition makes her an asset in every class she is in. In our math modeling and reasoning class, Mari is a clear leader, attacking challenging tasks with optimism and enthusiasm, often pulling her less excited peers towards her. Mari is an excellent problem solver and comes up with unique solutions to the task we pose in class. Outside of the classroom, Mari works hard to make people feel included and welcomed at Cuyahoga Heights. Many of us have received kind notes from Mari, and all of us have laughed at her jokes in convocation. I forgot about that part. Our daily joke, yeah. In short, as Mari prepares to leave Cuyahoga Heights for the wider world, it feels right to recognize her for the positive things she brings to our school community. We won't ever have another like Mari Hopkins, but we'll be lucky if students strive to match her example of hard work and kindness. Congratulations, Mari. Our 11th grade student of the month, Giada Pressett. Her parents are Hazel and David. She has a younger brother who also attends the middle school, and they reside in Brooklyn Heights. She has only ever attended Cuyahoga Heights, and she said everyone on her dad's side of the family are alumni. Giada's favorite subject is English, specifically writing. Giada plays on the volleyball and softball teams for the school and is on a traveling softball team that she said this summer will travel to a tournament in Indiana. Something that you may not know about Giada, despite her petite size, is she has hit 8 home runs in the past 2 years, or past 2 seasons. Is there more now, or are we still at 8? Still at 8? Her most memorable experience was her entire freshman year when she got to have almost every class with one of her best friends. She wants to become a research psychologist focusing on human behavior and how the brain operates when she grows up. Here is what her nominating teacher wrote. Giada is dependable, positive, and kind. She is willing to put in the extra mile and always makes the group better with her great attitude. She consistently gives her best effort in the classroom, completing her work with care and asking thoughtful questions that enhance class discussions. She is respectful to both teachers and peers, and her positive attitude makes her a joy to be around. She leads by example and makes our school community better. Congratulations, Giada. Our 10th grade student of the month, Vea Pumphrey. Please come forward. Vea's parents, her mom is Corey and stepdad Eric. Her dad is Reed and stepmom Michelle. She has been attending since the 4th grade, and she has a younger brother in the elementary school. She lives in Brooklyn Heights. Her favorite subject is history, and Vea is a member of the volleyball team. And outside of school, she enjoys spending time doing her own nails. And she plans someday to have her own salon and work as an esthetician. I had to look that one up, how to spell that one correctly. She knew exactly what it was, though. Her favorite part of being a student here at Heights is her close friends and the teachers. Here is what her nominating teacher wrote. Vea has been a leader in Algebra 1B throughout the year. She has a positive attitude each day and sets a great example with her work ethic. Vea's math confidence has grown as her performance has improved. Vea participates in class regularly, and her positive energy rubs off on others. She is supportive and encouraging to her classmates. Vea consistently demonstrates kindness and determination, making a positive impact on both the classroom environment and those around her. Congratulations, Vea. You know you're next. The 9th grade student of the month, Lily Bocci. Please come forward. Her parents are Leah and Jack Bocci. She is the youngest of 3, and she lives in Cuyahoga Heights. She has attended Cuyahoga Heights since pre-K and stated that her aunt, uncle, dad, cousin, and siblings are all also graduates of Cuyahoga Heights. Lily's favorite subject is math. She is a member of the volleyball team, and outside of school, she can be found playing club volleyball or hanging out with friends and family. Her most memorable moment at Heights was the 8th grade DC trip. There isn't a lot of her most I'm stuttering. I forgot a conjunction here. Her favorite part about being at Heights is that there aren't a lot of people and that you get to know everyone. And she said when she grows up, she wants to become a teacher. Here is what her nominating teacher wrote. Lily is a very respectful and kind student. She has shown great perseverance when tackling new challenging tasks. It is a pleasure to have her enthusiasm and positive attitude in the class every day. She works exceptionally well with others and is always an enthusiastic classmate. Your ability to communicate effectively and share ideas respectfully makes your classroom a better place. Congratulations, Lily. The 8th grade student of the month, Alana Check. Please come forward. Alana wasn't certain if she could make it, but I will still read what Alana's nominating teacher wrote. I am pleased to nominate Alana Check as the 8th grade student of the month for May. Alana consistently demonstrates the qualities that make a great student. Alana is a student that leads by example through kindness, respect, and inclusivity. She is a supportive friend who often offers encouragement to her classmates. Alana always comes to class with an upbeat attitude and helps create a welcoming classroom environment. Additionally, Alana consistently contributes to class in a thoughtful way, always trying her best. She is a joy to have in class. Congratulations, Alana. Our 7th grade student of the month, I know couldn't make it. She has a softball game. Lila Benno. And here is what her nominating teacher wrote. The 7th grade's nomination for Student of the Month is Lila Benno. She has truly exemplified what it means to take initiative both inside and outside the classroom. She is consistently friendly, kind, and respectful to her peers and teachers, helping to create a positive learning environment for everyone. Her strong work ethic and dedication to earn good grades are evident in the effort she puts forth on every assignment. She doesn't wait to be asked, she takes the lead in her learning, asks thoughtful questions, and seeks out opportunities to improve. Congratulations, Lila. And our 6th grade student of the month, Calvin Gray. Please come forward. I didn't know that he couldn't make it. All right. Calvin, here's what Calvin's teachers wrote. Calvin Gray is the 6th grade student of the month for the month of May. Academically, Calvin demonstrates excellence on a daily basis through his focus, effort, curiosity, and willingness to improve. It is clear that Calvin holds himself to a high standard and works incredibly hard to meet them. Moreover, Calvin shows respect and kindness to his peers and teachers. All of these qualities will make Calvin a natural leader among the people around him. We are very fortunate to have Calvin as part of our school community, and he is certainly deserving of the Student of the Month. Congratulations, Calvin. Next, I invite Mr. Melvin to come up for the Students of the Month from the elementary school.
Thank you, Mr. Dutray. All right, leading off our kindergarten students of the month, first up is Adeline Harvan. Come over here or stay over there? Okay, whatever you want. All right. Adeline lives in Parma with her mom and dad and her one sister, Kendall, who's right over there. They have one dog named Kona. Her favorite subject is math because it is fun to learn new things. Her favorite subject outside of her regular ed subjects is, well, she likes all of them because all of the activities are fun and she just loves what they do. Outside of school, she loves to play with her sister, and when she grows up, she would like to be a vet, right? Not really sure on a college yet because she's in kindergarten. So here is what the kindergarten team had to say about Adeline. We are so proud to recognize Adeline Harvan, a wonderful kindergarten student, as our Student of the Month. She is kind and caring to everyone in our classroom, always using friendly words and including others. She works very hard and shows how smart she is by trying her best in everything she does. She is an excellent listener who follows directions carefully and sets a great example for her classmates. One of her special talents is drawing. She creates beautiful pictures and takes great pride in her work. We are so lucky to have such a positive, respectful, and hardworking student in our class. Keep up the amazing work. Big kids. And last but certainly not least, we have Carter King. Carter lives in Seven Hills with his mom and dad and his sister Blair. They have 5 cats. This was an interesting conversation because he forgot one of their names, so he couldn't quite remember, but that's okay. I would forget too. So we have Thor, Benedict, Hobbs, Lucy, and then the last one. Did you remember that one? That's all right. So his favorite subject also is math because right now it is the funnest to him. His favorite special is technology because he gets to play go on Reflex Math, whereas when we wrote this, he was at 97.9% in addition, which is like a upper grade skill. Like he's way ahead of the game. So next up, we're going to get subtraction, then multiplication, division, right? You got it. Oh, and I ready. Yeah, got it. Outside of school, he likes to play basketball, and when he grows up, he would like to play in the NBA. Here is what the kindergarten team said about Carter. Carter is an outstanding student who was proudly named Student of the Month in kindergarten for showing what it means to be caring, honest, engaged, and safe each day at school. Carter works hard in everything he does and consistently shows respect and responsibility in the classroom. Outside of academics, Carter loves Pokemon, cheering for LeBron James, and following NBA basketball. His competitive drive pushes him to always do his best, whether he is learning in class, playing games with his friends on the playground, or working towards a goal like in Reflex. Carter is also an amazing artist whose creativity shines through his drawings and projects. His imagination and attention to detail makes his work truly special. Most importantly, Carter is a kind friend and an incredible student who leads by example. His positive attitude, strong character, and determination make him a wonderful role model for others. Congratulations, Carter, on this well-deserved honor.
All right, students, I'm going to let you take a seat. We got a couple more things to do before we dismiss you for photos with the Board of Education by the backdrop out there. So, Mr. Suchaki, you want to turn it over to you for the staff spotlight recognition?
Right. Section 4, staff spotlight recognition, and I'll turn it right back to Mr. Young.
All right, so this month we have Melody Dominic, who works in our pre-K classroom as an educational aide, was nominated by Doug Didio. I wasn't sure that she could be here tonight. Doesn't look like she was able to make it, so I'm going to go ahead and read this. It says, whereas the Cuyahoga Heights Board of Education recognizes the importance of fostering a caring, supportive, and welcoming environment for all students, especially our youngest learners. And whereas Melody Dominic has been nominated as a staff spotlight recipient for the kindness, compassion, and positivity she consistently demonstrates in her work with pre-K students, and whereas working with preschool-aged children requires patience, understanding, flexibility, and a nurturing spirit, all qualities Melody exemplifies each and every day while supporting students with a wide range of personalities and needs. And whereas Melody greets students each morning with warmth and enthusiasm, welcoming them with a cheerful, "Hi, friends." It's a lot higher pitched and much more enthusiastic than that. She's amazing. And creating a positive start to their day through smiles, high fives, encouragement, and meaningful interactions. And whereas Melody goes above and beyond to care for students in both big and small ways, from helping buckle them in safely to sending them home with positive affirmations and ensuring every child feels seen, supported, and valued. And whereas Melody's joyful spirit, caring nature, and unwavering positivity are reflected in the way she warmly greets students and families, always waving hello and goodbye and bringing kindness to those around her. And whereas Melody Dominic's dedication, compassion, and commitment to students embody the very best of Cuyahoga Heights schools and make her richly deserving of this staff spotlight recognition. Now therefore be it resolved that the Cuyahoga Heights Board of Education proudly recognizes Melody Dominic as a staff spotlight recipient and expresses its sincerest appreciation for her dedication, positivity, and exceptional care for students. Adopted this 26th day of May, 2026.
Melody, we need to have a motion to approve that. So I'll make the motion. May I have a second, please? Ms. Pajeska has made the second. Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr.
Aye.
Souchaki?
Aye.
Ms. Pajeska?
Aye.
Mrs. Apathy?
Aye.
Mrs. Decker?
Aye.
Motion passes 4-0. Thank you. And we have one more little point of business before we move into the picture taking outside, and that is going to be comments from the public. Mr. Mike Hopkins wishes to make a comment, so we will allow him to come up and take a few minutes and tell us what's on his mind.
Yeah, I appreciate it. We've been at this a while. So Mari's our fifth kiddo through the school system, and we just wanted to take a minute just to publicly say thank you. Every one of our kids is unique and different, and to have the opportunity to have staff and teachers and you all on the school board love our kids the way you did and serve them all uniquely has just been an incredible blessing to our family. We didn't feel like it could go without being said. That a lot of times you'll hear just negative things or things to work on. And I've got to tell you, this is a unique place in all good ways. We've experienced a lot in our lifetime. We first came to Cuyahoga Heights in 2013. Our oldest, Will, is now turning 30 this year, which is nuts to us. We have our fourth grandkid, and I look around the room and I think about what a special place this is. And I would be proud to have our grandkids and great-grandkids come to this school if it continues to be the way it is. And I'm just grateful and sure that it will. And we just wanted to take a minute to say thanks for that. Nothing negative at all other than to say thank you. I mean, when you look at, I don't think any of our kids graduated with more than 65 in their class. And we're grateful for that. They know each other well. They're in touch with each other still. And when I think about our experiences from, gosh, it could be a custodian all the way down to the superintendent, right? Every experience has been just amazing. The friends that have been made over the years, and we want to just say thanks for that. So that's all I have tonight. So thanks for the time, interrupting the regular timing of things, just to say thank you to you all. So,
Okay.
appreciate you all.
Appreciate your comment.
Thank you.
And now it's time for pictures. So there's the red sign out there. We'll take our pictures in front of the.
Sorry. We second that nomination. We second that. We make a motion to second that. kind of like a thing now. Like, I feel like you can't change it. You can't.
And she'd be here. All right, I was just curious, because
Are
that's
we
what
done?
they have another
Are we done?
last
Are
day.
you gonna run for school board?
No, Andy's, no, she's got a phone number. Andy's got a phone number.
Get a picture and she's here.
I'll talk to you Sunday. Like, that made me really, really nervous when they said that. What's that? About the game? Oh. I checked my schedule like a gazillion times, and now I'm like having.
Okay, at this point, it is 6:26, and we are going into executive session pursuant to ORC. Which one?
Bye.
Bye. Okay. I gotta find the executive session comment. I don't have it memorized.
6A.
Did it not make its way there?
There it is. Okay, sorry. G81 of this section, may hold an executive session, whoops, that's not where I wanted to be, to consider appointment, employment, dismissal, discipline, promotion, demotion, or compensation of a public employee or official, or investigation of charges or complaints against said officials. That's our reason for going into executive session. I'll make the motion. May I have a second, please?
I'll second.
Okay, second by Ms. Pacheska. That any, I'm sorry, whoever you are. Treasurer, please call the roll.
Mr. Souchaki?
Yes.
Mrs. Decker?
Aye.
Mrs. Apathy?
Aye.
Ms. Pajeska?
Motion passes 4-0. It is 6:28. We are adjourning.
might have to sing a song. No. No, I'm kidding.
Sorry to delay.
No problem.
Yeah. It is 7:08. We are back in, from executive session. Do we need to do a roll call? I don't think, do we?
All here, I can attest to that.
Okay, all right. Well, the four that were here at the beginning are still here. Okay, so we are modifying the agenda. We are going to take off sections 9A and B and sections 14E and F. For current consideration, that will be moved to a later date. All right, so having said that, let's move into section 7, Treasurer's Business.
Thank you. I ask for items 7A, 8A through F for approval tonight in the consent agenda. Also noting that currently 9A and B, as Mr. Souchaki said, got postponed.
Okay, we have a motion for those items, please?
So moved.
There you go, Ms. Apathy, and
I'll second.
a second from Mrs. Decker. And now that we have that behind us, go ahead.
We have our financials for the month of April. After April, we just have May and June, and then we're done with the fiscal year. So it's coming quick. It's surprising how fast it's moving. We're on track, and I'm hopeful that we're doing better than as planned. So as we get closer to the fiscal year, we'll talk more about that as we go. Any questions before I move on? Did you want me to dive in? Okay. And when we get closer to the end of the fiscal year, I'll spend a lot more time on the financials, and I'll go through all those in more detail as we go. New vendors, we just have 4. We have Math Fact Lab, that's for the elementary school math software. It's for Mr. Melvin, $1,020 from general fund. We have Event Source, that was for the rental of our chairs, which we used over the weekend for graduation, $3,000 from general fund. We have Coolmore Supply, that's for one of the 2 vending machines we're looking, the other one's lower cost. That's for snacks and drinks that Mr. Dietre, the high school level, is gonna use to roll in curriculum for the teachers. And then we have A&M equipment sales, and that's for the other vending machine that we have, snack one.
Okay.
8C is gonna be purchase orders over 5,000. We just have 4. First one's Precision Environmental. That's to remove asbestos near the ceiling in the north gym. Cost of $14,345 from the general fund. Number 2 is Blick Art Materials. That's for a front-loading kiln with shelves and heat-resistant gloves at the elementary school. I wasn't sure, Mr. Melvin, if you're here, if you wanted to talk on that front-loading kiln at all or anything.
I can if you would like me to. So Mr. Guerra, who is in a wheelchair, was loading his top loading kiln and fell in. So he told me about it the next day. No injury, no, just, I guess more embarrassed than anything. But then that's when we started discussing about how practical a top loading kiln was for Mr. Guerra. He did some research and found that they have like front-loading ones where you could sit in his chair and load, same size, same everything, so he's not looking for anything bigger and better, it's just front-loading as opposed to top.
The other bonus is, we have 2 kilns in the high school and middle school. And one of those kilns doesn't work, so we're able to move that one that's in his over here to kind of supplant the one that doesn't work here. So it's a win-win for a lot of reasons.
Okay, good. Thank you for the update.
Number 3 is GPD Group. That's for $5,700. That's for the archway repairs feasibility study. We did get pre-approval from Mr. Souchaki back on May 12th, and we called him on that. And then Coolmore Supply is going to be for that commercial grade vending machine, $6,100 some dollars. Moving on from here. Oh, you're driving the ship. I thought I was.
No, it's me.
You took the little toggle away.
I'm your wingman.
I started seeing it moving. I'm like, what's going on?
Are you Goose or Maverick? Which one are you?
Either or works. So, we go to donations. We have 3. Just would like to thank them all. First one is Stacy and Matthew Manahan. That's for the Joe CoCab Scholarship. That's $5,000. The second one is for CHS football program through the Athletic Boosters. The Larry Rogers Scholarship, $500. And the last one is CHS Athletic Boosters. That's for the Stadium Scoreboard Arch. We talked about that for the new scoreboard. They're donating that top portion, which costs $7,656 and change. So we thank them all for those generous donations. Number 8 is going to be our renewal with Sorsa. So this is our property insurance vendor that we have. I just want to note that last year's amount was $120,574. The new renewal is $121,656, about $1,000 increase, which is very small in the market today. So we're very thankful that we're able to lock that in. It comes in handy because we're using insurance right now for the archway that we have, because they're working with the vendor that we have down there.
Second attachment doesn't open.
Oh, crap.
I
Right.
don't know if it opens on your computer.
It probably does, but it's okay. It's just that, oh, it doesn't. Well, I have to figure out why. And then the last one, 8F, is our then and now. That's for Dean's Greenhouse. That's for the class of 2027 plant fundraiser. Cost. It's okay, don't worry, I'll check that. That's for $5,527 and change. So ask for those items for approval tonight.
Okay. Any questions of the treasurer? Hearing none, treasurer, please call the roll.
Mrs. Apathy.
Aye.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Ms. Pajeska.
Aye.
Mr. Souchaki.
Aye, motion passes 4-0. Moving on to number 11, treasurer's discussion and comments.
Yep, just want to touch base on a couple items. Earlier tonight, we held our audit exit conference. So great news, clean audit, so it'll be released soon.
Attachments aren't open.
11B, so none of the attachments are opening for some reason. Interesting. Uh-oh, that's not good. Let's try refreshing everything.
Okay.
That's not good at all. Refresh this. Matt, do you have any idea why?
They were, yeah.
They're opening for you guys?
No.
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 None of us.
They were, but.
They were, and then they just stopped. All right, let's try it again. I just refreshed.
Yeah,
Again.
again.
Well, it's gotta be on their end. Okay.
Yeah, some of the attachments are opening and some are not. It's pretty odd.
Well, that's okay. I have everything saved, so I'll go here. 11B, after the exit conference, wrapping up that audit, we have our fiscal year-end reminder from Cuyahoga County. Just pull this up there. So they ask for these 3 items that we do every year, so final revisions of revenues and appropriations. So if we remember, we modify our appropriations numerous times, maybe about half dozen as we go along the year. Beginning unencumbered fund balance just sets the stage for the starting numbers for fiscal '27. And then we'll approve the appropriation measure for fiscal '27 soon, in the month of June. We have 11C, which is our GAP contract. And if that's not opening, I can find it down here. All right, so no. It's kind of frustrating. Nothing's. Bingo, here it is. Okay, so just wanted to point this out. We contract with the Auditor of State's Office to perform our GAP. So we're on a cash basis. They come in and take us from a cash basis to a modified accrual, which is called GAP, and that's what our financial statements become. And then from there, the auditors audit those financial statements. So Steve, with the Auditor of State's Office, who's performed our GAP for 8 years, I asked them, just wanted to circle back to see how the GAP contract's going. He goes, Matt, there's been no movement on contracts, and this was May 7th. He needs to talk with the supervisor and will let me know. So we're almost to the end of May, and I'm getting a little itchy because we haven't locked it down, but I'll keep knocking on their door to get that done. 11D, is that not opening, Matt?
Nothing's opening.
Nothing's opening, okay. So just wanted to point this out to everybody. It's going to be this. Our financial forecast, which was formerly called the 5-year forecast, is coming up due. So it's due on or before August 31st. So we'll start talking about it more in the month of June and July, and then approve it around August. So it's coming pretty quick. 11E is adding additional legal counsel. So Matt, we have the folders here that we can share with the board members. Cool. set it up? or-
Thank you.
That we had a,
Yeah, Matt and I have been talking for, honestly, it's been about a year now, about whether we should consider, I don't think you can ever have too many lawyers. Every law firm has their expertise in specialized area. And one of the things that was intriguing about Pepple Wagner is they have direct experience working with the Budget Commission, or actually working on behalf of the school districts to fight the Budget Commission. Down in Medina County, you might have heard, all but 2 school districts were going to be required to give money back with almost no notice, and hard to even justify why, other than the fact that they could do it. And we know Pepple and Wagner was very instrumental in leading that charge and got the Budget Commission to back off. And they have also, they do a nice job of giving a couple free legal workshops on a biannual basis. Mr. Burek and I have gone to those on several occasions at Independence, and they seem to have a nice knowledge base, large degree of specialized work in things like negotiations and in workers' compensation, and in working with budget commissions, and those areas are pretty important. Other law firms, Ennis Britton, for example, is very well known for special education. They're one of the top people in special education. Bricker, Graydon, and they've got a third name now. I think they've added. They're primarily out of Columbus. They do an awful lot with legislative, whether it's advice, professional development, or lobbying on behalf of BASA and OSBA. They're involved with that. So we figured we would start with this. We're going to have them do a presentation on June 8th, just so you can hear. And certainly, board's not obligated to add another legal counsel, but sometimes it's good to have options. We saw that with when Mr. Muccio was fighting our own budget, I wouldn't say fighting, was working with our budget commission on the $2.2 million. We had Gary Stedronsky from Ennis Britton, but we had David Seed from Brits McIntyre and Seed running the point on that. So you had somebody running primary and another law firm running secondary, just to make sure that we had proper representation and perspective with such a big issue. So that's...
yep. Yeah, and everything's comparable as far as costs, and they only charge for work that's done. So, if we bring them on, we don't use them, no harm, no foul.
Right, that's the important point.
Yep.
That we can have them out there as consultants, we're
Yep.
ready to use them if we need them. If we don't use them, doesn't cost us anything.
Exactly. So we have, we met with Christian, who was the lead attorney, Christian Williams, for dealing with, the Budget Commission down in Medina County, as Matt was talking about, for those school districts that are represented. So knowing we could add, a resource like that, just in case we need that, is very valuable, because we know that the Budget Commission is now playing a larger role as we go along. So so everybody's cool with us having them come for a work session in June, the first board meeting, for a presentation?
Sure.
Okay. Is there anything in particular you guys want me to, or just, like a quick 15-minute, give or take, and available for questions if anybody has it, and they can run down who they are and what they do? Awesome.
That should do it.
All right. And then the last thing, I really wish the attachments were working for this last one, the tax increment financing, but if not, it's okay.
Oh, it's working, it's working.
It is?
I mean, it's
All
not.
Let's see.
Let's try it.
Here we
So,
go.
go to, try that first one.
Hey, there we go.
All right, so this is from legal counsel David Seed. So if we blow this up just a little bit in this first attachment, I just wanted to highlight that no further action is required by the Board of Education. And we're talking TIPS, tax increment financing. We were presented with 3 TIPS from the village across the street that they were looking to do right now. These are all school-friendly TIPS. I'm going to explain that in a little bit. But just wanted everybody to know that our legal counsel has advised us that no further action is required, and these are similar to the TIPS enacted a few years ago, in which we had in Valley View. Down here below, we're being held harmless and fully compensated. So Matt, if you X out of here.
Okay.
And just go to the next one. We can just open that up. So this is just the agreement that came in the mail. If we scroll down, I can show you a little picture of where it's at. Cool. Yep. So if we were to go north on East 71st Street, you know that giant construction that's taking place? This is just north of it. So that's where those three parcels are at. So just picture that as we go. That's the ones that are looking at.
And Mr. Shuchaki, your house is, I think, is right here.
Yes.
I think that's,
Where?
I think
Right down there.
your house is right about
Yep.
here. Because this is that big building that they're building right
I think it's
beside you.
next to the old hillside, right?
Yep. And then lastly, go to the school-friendly tip summary.
Village Historical Center is in
And then, if we want to blow this up a little, I just wanted to put together a quick, just summary of everything that goes into a school-friendly TIF. So you guys, take your time, go ahead and read it. There's nothing the Board of Education has to do, but this is really good because it describes exactly what a school-friendly TIF is. The village is looking to do that. Again, we're held harmless, which means we're getting all of the tax payments that would have been owed to us are coming to us. Now, why are they going into a TIF, per se? Like, what's the whole point? Well, what's going to happen is that the village is going to capture most of the non-school district incremental revenue. So that means if there was just a normal, business out there that just had, we're going to invest and we're going to, invest $10 million, let's say, for example, they would have to pay taxes on that $10 million to the county, the library, the Metro Parks, Tri-C, the Port Authority, the village, and the school district. By doing this TIF, what's going to happen is the school is held harmless and made whole, and the village gets all of that non-school incremental revenue. So they get it from the library, they get it from the Metro Parks, they get it from Tri-C, and they get it from the Port Authority. And then they use that for infrastructure. So that's the benefit to the village. The benefit to the business is that they're going to see, financing cash flow and reduced upfront development risk that they have. So it's going to be beneficial to them. And again, for us, we're held harmless, and we don't really have any say anyways because it's enacted under ORC 5709.40. So that means the school board does not have a vote because we are held harmless in this. So just giving everybody a heads up that we don't have any formal say in this, but we are held harmless for these three TIFs. So.
They don't all work that way.
Correct.
We are fortunate that our three communities will hold us harmless for anything they do with the TIF tax, the incentives. That's not true in all districts by any means.
Correct.
But they are here. And most of our TIFs have rolled off, so it's nice to see them more coming in. That means there's more development going on that continues to benefit us. So that's good news.
Yep. And that's all I have for tonight. Thank you.
All right, so that finishes 11, so let's move on to 12, superintendent's business.
Okay, on the consent agenda for consideration, I have items 12A through D, items 13A and B. I have 14A through D and G through K, noting that ENF will show back up on the goal is to have that on the June 8th meeting with all of my contracts at one time that I'm recommending in salary schedules. That way they'll be in one spot and location. So don't stress out there, okay? All right,
Okay, we'll entertain a motion for those items, please.
So moved?
Mrs. Becca,
Second.
second by Ms. Majeska, discussion.
all right, so A and B are blanket approvals. So we do interventions before and after school, as well as have study tables and detentions, teacher supervision. So what I do is I like to blanket approve for the next school year, essentially any employee. And the reason why we do, you get your teaching staff, which is pretty traditional, but then you also have some classified staff members. For example, a TA, a teacher assistant, could provide that type of tutoring if a teacher's not available, or assistants, as well as an ESC employee. So we have educational aides and paraprofessionals, reading specialists, and so on. So we kind of blanket approve everybody. That way we don't have to go through and do them one at a time. So everybody's approved. Should they sign up, there's a rate in the contract that we would pay for 26-27. Letter C, these are changes to the preschool handbook that Mr. Melvin submitted. Mr. Melvin, any significant things stand out to you in the handbook? I know we itemized those. Yeah, so we have licensure requirements. Pre-K is now governed by, and it has been for a couple years, the Department of Children and Youth as opposed to the Ohio Department of Education and Workforce. So it falls under a different level of government, and a lot of this is more housekeeping type of things, like changing family game night to the CHES Gala or Gala. I don't know which it is. It's like data and data. So there's nothing really major in the handbook there for pre-K. Student fees, really the only changes you have, and I've got them highlighted here, center on Chromebook replacement and Chromebook parts. As Matthew Hartman can tell you, the cost of doing business with Chromebooks has gone up. Is that correct?
Chromebook prices have increased, namely in the equipment and components. Chromebooks that were originally around $240 2 years ago now go for around $380. That's all due to memory markup for AI, data centers, and
Parts.
manufacturers bring their data centers guaranteed input, and then that just leaves all the suppliers who make laptops to kind of scramble for scraps. So prices go up because of that. The changes will reflect all the parts as we purchase them. So we'll get a little bit back on the fee as well, so it covers the part and the labor. But yeah, just generally updating the fees to match what we're paying for the Chromebook.
Yeah, so it's $375 to replace a Chromebook. Now, we did drop the screen replacement cost, and we dropped the cost for an adapter because we can get them cheaper. So we've actually dropped the screen cost by $25 and the adapter cost by $10. Okay, and then we've removed a couple. There are just a couple items on here that are no longer relevant. So we have not done ski clubs since before COVID, and quite honestly, the rules for ski club has changed. Not as much as the price to join ski club. I mean, you're talking maybe $1,000 for maybe 4 trips. It's just not advantageous for students anymore. It's not very student friendly anymore. We have 2 resignations. One is for Mr. Jerry on bus 15, effective July 1st. Very brief. Tracy said to email you that I am retiring. That's as Mr. Jerry as it gets. He probably does not want to bring a lot of attention to it. I know how much he loves his kids, and I believe they love him back. And he's definitely going to be missed as one of our regular drivers, but I do believe he may be available to do some substitute driving starting in September. So I'm hoping that he's available for that because he's a true gem. And one of our cleaning team members, Eveline Forcione, is also resigning, not for retirement purposes, just other employment opportunities. She's been an integral part of our cleaning staff, and she's done everything from work over here in a high school and cleaning my office to being over at the elementary school for the past, I think, 3 years. So she's done a tremendous job. We threw a nice little going away party for her. Today's her last day. So really want to thank her and wish her all the best. She's a tremendous person. All right, 14A. This is the employment of Julia Soltis as a music teacher, K through 12 license at BA Step 2. Mr. Melvin, would you like to introduce Julia to everybody? Talk about the process we went through to get to this point?
Here's Julia. And it's funny, we were talking about the process downstairs, and if you don't mind, if I could share what you said, that Julia is quite proud that she, out of all the steps that we took, that she was the chosen one. And it's like, we should be. It's quite an accomplishment. Mr. Burek and I had a screener interview of about maybe, 17 people, I think, out of about close to 40.
2
lesson to us. They were given just kind of the instructions of you can choose any standard at any grade level and teach a 30-minute lesson, and then once you're done, be prepared for follow-up questions, which were led by Mr. Young. But
A lot of questions, right?
and I can honestly say that throughout every round, that Julia was the most consistent. She was at the top of everybody's list, and we're very honored to have her join our staff. I know Mr. Bertoloni is going to be tough to replace, but she's not replacing him. She's coming in, she's going to do her thing and embrace the traditions of Cuyahoga Heights, and we're very excited that she's going to be joining our staff. So, you're welcome.
Anything? Anything to add? You don't have to.
All the same things, yeah, I'm so excited. Ready for August already.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get Mr. Melvin to sing and dance, it's impressive. And yeah. Yeah, I know. Well, any chance we have to actually act like elementary age children and not be criticized for it is a fun day for us. So
Yoga-esque poses.
yeah. Yeah. Yeah, you did a great job.
I appreciate you all participating.
Yeah.
It was fun. We had a lot of fun with the process, and Julie is wrapping up her school year tomorrow, right?
Yeah,
Or the next day?
tomorrow's our last day with the kids, yeah.
So, pending board approval, she's gonna come out and kind of watch field day and hang out and, yeah, kind of, she's already been in communication with Mr. Bertoloni. And she's just looking to kind of hit the ground running. So we're excited to have her.
Alrighty.
Welcome.
They'll vote at the end, so we're almost there. All right, for letter B, this is the recommendation for Cynthia Branovsky to fulfill our administrative assistant position in the guidance pupil personnel services category at step 2 of that salary schedule. It's a 1-year limited contract. This replaces Mrs. Mudra, who is retiring. Again, I believe it was 28 years with the school district and well over 30 years in the profession. We are going to start with a 226-day contract. We think that this is appropriate for that contract, given her skill set on the pupil services side. And she's been with the school district for 8 years at 10 hours a week, working with Mr. Burek on the IEP side, the filing and the deadlines and things like that. She's provided some administrative assistant type of work on the student services side. So she's familiar with our district, but
She's really strong in compliance, understanding like public safety deadlines, being
Yep.
able to do things the right way, so part of the job is sucking that part in, so she
Yeah.
has that experience.
yeah, so certainly she's going to have a lot to learn with the other responsibilities, and that's why when you get to letter D, that'll be recommendation for Mrs. Mudra in her last month with the school district to provide mentorship opportunities for Mrs. Branovsky. So that's why that's there for letter D. Going back to letter C, this is a student monitor, so we always need cafeteria folks. Mr. Melvin always needs help over in the cafeteria. During unstructured time is between lunch and recess. Unstructured time are fun times, but they're also times that require some of the most stringent supervision. And if you recall, Marianne Olmschneider was with the district back in the 20th century, and she came back to us briefly this year to help in the cafeteria, but had to step away to handle some family issues, and she's ready to come back on I'm anticipating 2 hours a day. But it's as hours as assignment. I'm anticipating 2 hours a day. She's at step 9 because of all of her prior experience with the district. Already talked about D. E and F, we will have those ready for you in June with all the other contracts. Next, this is just getting our EMIS coordinator, Kathy Dietzel, who's been doing this for well over 20 years with the district. She stayed at the same rate for the last, I believe it's 5 years. It's been at the same rate. And it's a steal because the state of Ohio actually in the Fair School funding model allocates approximately $75,000 to school districts just for an EMIS coordinator. And Mrs. Diesel does it for a fraction of that cost in retirement. So very grateful for her, and she and I and the treasurer's office, principals, and Mr. Burek all work very closely to ensure compliance. Next, H, this is extended time. So I'm asking for extended time. We've done this for our school counselors and have done it for our athletic directors in the past. So this is up to 10 days for Mr. Garish. It's up to 10 days for Mrs. Neidert, up to 10 days for Mrs. Lebenz, up to 7 days for Mrs. Satterley at the elementary school. And then this year, this is a new one. I'm asking for up to 5 days for Pam Mead. Mrs. Jezanowski she's out the rest of the school year. And so Mrs. Mead is trying to close up shop and get ready for next school year without her right-hand person there. And so she may need up to, may not use them all, but it's just giving her the assurance that if she needs a little extra time added to her, I think she has a 200-day contract, that would permit her to get things done before she leaves for the summer. Letter I, this is the large list of chat supplemental contracts. So this has athletics in it. It has team leaders. It has club sponsors. You'll see a lot here with the music program. In the middle school and high school, National Honor Society is on there. This is our largest one of the year. So from here, you will have much smaller lists, but this is getting everybody ready for next school year, set at the 26-27 rates, BA Step 2. Letter J, these are positions tied to the miscellaneous pay rate schedule, specifically our Dazzle and Progress Book Coordinator, which is stated on that document, our extended school year bus drivers and van drivers and coordinator, our summer bus washer, the laundress position for next school year. We have summer, these are most of our summer cleaners / technology aides. These are our students. So you've got right now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I believe we have 2 more we may be adding for a total of 9. It's kind of interesting that most of our student workers this year, they're not involved in athletics or anything like that. So they'll be able to work the whole time without being pulled to practices. And it's a little, yeah, we do, yeah.
Let's give people first-time job opportunities.
Yeah.
Teach them how to go through the process, how you do applications, how you do all these different components. So we're trying to build it in time with some things we're doing in the classroom as well.
Yeah, and maybe if we have a more targeted program, this leads to employment in the future with some of our students who maybe have an interest in that. Letter K, finally, this is your transportation supplemental contracts for 2026-27. These aren't all of them, but this is our bus washer, our AM coordinator, our PM coordinator, and then our afternoon driver for the Career Center. We still have the pre-K routes to add, but that'll come at an upcoming board meeting. Those are all the items I have for consideration.
Any further questions for the superintendent? Hearing none, Carrie, please call the roll.
Mrs. Decker.
Aye.
Ms. Pajeska.
Aye.
Mrs. Apathy.
Aye.
Mr. Suchaki.
Aye, motion passes 4-0. Moving into section 16.
Congratulations.
Welcome.
Yeah, you're there. You're official.
Congratulations, yes.
What kind of hands do you call these? Jazz hands. Yeah, she had jazz hands going. That's so appropriate. A few things. First of all, I just want to thank everybody for coming to commencement on Sunday. I thought it was a very classy event. I'm glad that we prepared the way that we did. I know we really caught a window where we could have been outside, but you have no idea the type of preparation that goes into pulling off such an event. I know my nephew graduated from Wadsworth, and they notified them 1 hour before the ceremony that they were moving it indoors, which meant that every graduate, and they had 360 graduates, I believe, 320? It was over 300. Only got 4 tickets to go inside. So you went from being able to bring your whole family to 4 people in 1 hour's notice. And then I saw a place, you sent me the place in Tennessee. It just rained. They had no other plans, and they just let the kids get wet. But it was such a I just got to give our students and our staff and the families just so much credit for such a great senior class. 88th edition of them, so great job. We do have a week and a half left of school with promotion, so we have 5th grade promotion coming, and we have 8th grade promotion. Hopefully, we don't have anything like that kindergarten promotion or whatever I saw from Toledo where they got into fistfights. But I don't think that's going to happen here. So, our Ohio State test results are all in. I'm in the process of getting them loaded and verified. I do see we have errors all over the place that I'm going to have to figure out how to correct. But our performance index, I believe, should put us. And Matt Muccio, congratulations to you on your clean audit in your department. The state report card is kind of our clean audit, so to speak. And we appear to be on track for 5 stars again, at least on the achievement component. Potentially as a school district, but there's a lot that goes into that. But there's a lot of data that has to get corrected. But our kids and staff did a phenomenal job. I'm really proud of them for the effort that they gave and the results that are coming out of it. Pre-K, at the next meeting, you're going to have a presentation from Kelly Cummins, and Mr. Melvin's going to be there talking about the addition, and I let the board know this in my weekly update. As space becomes available on a year-to-year basis, we are going to plan to allow three-year-olds who turn 4 between the first day of school and the end of the calendar year. So if you're not a New Year's Eve baby, or before that, you're not coming because it's going to be there's not a lot of space. But we do have 3-year-olds with students identified with disabilities who are eligible for preschool. Not just eligible, they qualify, and we serve them. This would allow us to fill the classroom, not exceed where we have to add staff, but just fill the classroom, hitting proper ratios, which we're required to do with licensure, but also provide same-age peers for those students who are the 3-year-olds in our current program. So 1 year it could be 1 kid, the next year it could be 0, the next year it could be 10.
Are we starting this next?
We're going to start this. The plan is to start that next year.
Well, because the handbook was just modified to say 4.
Did you guys include that, or is that going to be an
It's
addendum?
not in there.
That would be an addendum.
Well, we'll do an addendum to that. So once this,
We want to jump the gun.
yeah, but we're going to go ahead and, because of timing, we need to get it out there, get the word to people. She's going to present on it. And if it's something that the board just doesn't want to move forward with for whatever reason, then we could just say, oh, sorry, we're not going to be able to offer it this year. It'll be next year. But we think we can do it this year with high success and brings more kids into our program. And the earlier we get them into the program, the more likely they are to stay in the program. So, but that's going to be happening at the June 8th meeting. District track meet was a success. We got, I think we got a couple girls out to regional. Boys were district champions. Got a lot of kids out for the regional, which is going to be then this week. Early release on Thursday by 1 hour for everybody, and then Saturday will be the championships, and our kids will get to compete for a chance to go to state on their home track, which is pretty special. The final best committee meeting of the year is this Wednesday. That's tomorrow night from 6 o'clock to 8 o'clock. Our theme this year has been on communication. Charlene Paparizos is going to be here for the first 30 minutes to talk about her role in communications with our school district. She and Margaret help produce the quarterly newsletters. They run social media for us. They provide other types of communication services, and they've also developed a survey that we can send out to the community about how they want to receive information from the school district, what we're doing well, what we could be doing better, and things like that. So she's going to be speaking, and then one of the things I'm going to be doing is giving a state of the schools through the lens of the BEST committee. So we're going to talk about how the school did in 25-26 through the lens of the 6 pillars. And that's a presentation that can be reproduced for village councils if they're interested in hearing it, or I can work with Mr. Hartman and do 1 to 1.5 minute segments on each piece, and we can just post it online. So we're going to work on that in our free time. And then the archway, we have a meeting on Friday to start getting that corrected. It appears that it's cosmetic and not structural. But there are a couple things that the GPD engineers want to make sure that our mason can do properly before they just sign off on it. So they do believe it's cosmetic, which is great. It's going to be cheaper than if it were structural. So forced us to do some things differently, but I think maybe our current system is better in many ways for how we're arriving and dismissing at the elementary school. So that's something we'll have to look at for the future. George, did I miss anything? No?
Not that I'm aware.
Okay. That's all.
All right, thank you, thank you. Board discussion and comments? Okay, I have a couple. Not much, but a couple. At CVCC, at CVCC, we are now, you can register if you would like. We have teacher training workshops for CNC and machine technology coming up. We're also doing, you might find this more interesting, baking classes, which you can sign up for. We have one in cake decorating, one in macaroons, and one in sourdough bread. They are not free. They have fees, but if anyone would be interested, those are open to the public. So we have that. We did have another, our last board meeting the May board meeting is a little unusual. We hold it in the commons area, and we have lots of parents and lots of students, and we recognize a lot of people. We recognize new hires, we recognize retirees, we recognize some of the staff achievements, we recognize scholarships, we recognize there's multiple different foundations that sponsor scholarships. So that added to our meeting, but Mr. Young was nice enough to attend that meeting.
There weren't many superintendents there, were there?
No, there weren't.
I might have been the only one.
I think you were. So we appreciate, I want to publicly thank Matt for being there.
Of course.
I couldn't talk him into staying for the board meeting, but
I already do 2 of my own every month. I don't need to do somebody else's. It's all good. It's all good.
so, and I do have Newsflash, if anyone is interested in seeing Newsflash and Student Connection. Matthew Kolar is the one that was highlighted from Cuyahoga Heights
This month, yeah.
Anybody interested in seeing some of that documentation, you're welcome to it. Anybody have any questions about CVCC or anything else to discuss? Okay, moving on to possible future agenda items.
I did get confirmation from John. He's good to go for the 2nd
Okay.
at 6 o'clock for the board retreat. So that would be a future item to make note of.
Board meeting on June 2nd at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock for the purpose of a board retreat.
Board retreat.
Yep.
We're meeting in here?
Yep, it'll be here. Mr. Muccio will send out the notice.
Okay, thank you. Moving on to informational items, it should be noted Board of Education members received their agenda several days prior and have had opportunity to study and so on. Upcoming regular meetings, we just mentioned special meeting, June 2nd, regular meetings, June 8th, June 22nd, and July 13th, all at 6 p.m. here in the Monterey PDF room. Anything else? Hearing none, I have a motion for adjournment.
So moved.
I had lots of volunteers moving toward their microphones.
I'll second.
Mrs. Apathy.
Yeah, I'll second.
Assuming there's no discussion, treasurer, please call.
Mrs. Apathy?
Aye.
Mrs. Decker?
Aye.
Ms. Majeska?
Aye.
Mr. Souchaki?